He's the founder and chief visionary officer of BNI, the largest networking organization, which has over 8,200 chapters throughout every populated continent in the world. I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Ivan Misner of BNI on Small Talk. Dr. Ivan Misner, welcome to Small Talk.
Thanks. It's great to be on. I appreciate the invitation.
So hey, for those folks who've been living in a cave and don't know who Dr. Ivan Misner is, Dr. Misner created this network group called BNI 33 years ago. Dr. Misner, can you just briefly walk us through what the thought process behind BNI?
So BNI is a business and professional networking organization. I was a management consultant. I was looking for referrals for my consulting business because we don't teach this in colleges and universities. And I put together a group of people I trusted, they trusted me, and we agreed to refer each other. I got to tell you, I was a little surprised that we struck the nerve that we did in the business community. And today we have 8,300 chapters in 73 countries around the world because we don't teach this in colleges and universities. And so we created a system to help people get the referrals that will help them build their business.
That is incredible. Now you write and you're on podcast shows, you're on TV, all kinds of medium. Yeah. And you talk, your common theme, obviously with BNI, it's all about networking, it's about connecting, building relationships, referrals, referring people, building that sort of process. And you talk about the top three best characteristics of a networker.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to listen and watch what those top three characteristics are, because there's a lot of people, as you know, Dr. Misner, who just have no understanding of how to network.
Yeah, and please call me Ivan. So look, I did a survey of 3,400 people all over the world, asking them what they thought the top characteristics of a great networker were. Give me the top characteristics. And so here's the top three. And this isn't just my opinion, although I think the crowd sourced this effectively. They picked the right three things, in my opinion. But this is based on a survey of 3,400 people all over the world. The number one characteristic of a great networker, according to the survey I did, is a good listener. A good networker, and I've been saying this for 33 years, a good networker has 2 ears and 1 mouth and should use them both proportionately. And a good networker really is like a good interviewer. You ask me a question, you let me elaborate. And that's what a good networker does. I think all too often, people use networking as a face-to-face cold calling opportunity. That's the biggest mistake I see made, is that people, they go, "Hi, my name's Ivan, let's do business." And they jump right into trying to do business instead of listening and asking questions. So number one, absolutely good listener. The second characteristic, it may surprise you, it didn't surprise me, because I've done this survey 3 times now, and it's always in the top 3, and that's positive attitude. People want to do business with people who have a positive attitude. They don't like doing business with people who complain and who gripe and who are, I had one person tell me, we got a person in our group who's, the best thing they could do is call in sick. When they're not there, we have a great meeting. And she said, he's a fun sucker. He sucks the fun right out of a room. So people want to do business with interesting professional people who have a good attitude. And I know that surprises people sometimes, but it consistently over the years has ranked as one of the top 3 or 4 characteristics. And here's number 3. Collaborative, helps others. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Helping people shows you care. One survey respondent in the survey I did said that people want to network with individuals who have a collaborative attitude, who want to help other people. Certainly in BNI, our philosophy is givers gain. By the way, this survey was not just BNI members, it was open to the public. And people really believe in this idea of the law of reciprocity, and what goes around comes around. And so helping other people has got to be an integral element of being successful in networking.
So, folks, you're watching this. I want you to hit repeat and rinse and repeat and rinse and listen to what Ivan is saying here. We've got number one, listen. Right? Listen. Number two, positive attitude, positive energy. Ivan, I'm a big believer of positive energy and you know, being very positive and encouraging and that sort of vibe. And number three, you know, it's about collaboration. Help people, you know, introduce people to your network. That's what it's about. You know, networking is building a network and then finding opportunities that you can introduce people into your network if there is an opportunity. And if there isn't, create one. That's the way I look at it. And I love that philosophy, givers gain, you know, givers gain. And I find that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ivan, I find that there's so many people when they go to a networking opportunity, they're just going in with the wrong attitude. Like they're going in with the attitude that I got to make a sale. And if I don't make a sale, this networking event was the failure.
Yeah. So here's the thing, that has the sense of desperation, and desperation is not referable. People don't want to refer people when you know, you can smell the desperation oozing out of them. And here's a really big one. People say it never hurts to ask, right? Totally wrong. It really hurts to ask if you're asking before there's a relationship. That's particularly true if you're networking up. If you're networking with somebody, you know, sort of above your weight class, they're more successful than you. Those people are used to being hit on constantly to buy products and services. You want to really stand out? Find some way to help them. That's the way to stand out with those people, not trying to sell them something, because everybody's doing that and they know how to say no pretty well.
Now, folks, this is a part one of a part two conversation. So in part two, we're going to talk about the other element and some of the negative characteristics of a networker. So stay tuned for that. Ivan, I've got one last question that we ask all of our guests near the conclusion of our show, and that is, if you had a chance, Ivan, to have a small talk conversation with anyone, living or past, who would it be?
You know, that's a great question. You know, I've had an opportunity to talk to some amazing people. I think one of the most interesting ones I've had was Richard Branson. I've had a chance to sit down and talk with him several times, and incredibly interesting individual. You know, I would probably, if I had to pick someone else, about business or about anything?
Anything in the world.
It would have to be Gandhi.
Gandhi. Why Gandhi?
You know, I read about Gandhi and his life story when I was in high school. I actually had a degree in political science before I went into business. You know, I'm really amazed with him as a person. Certainly our philosophy of giver's gain, I think, integrates well with the way he treated other people, help other people first. I think Gandhi would be, he'd be an amazing person to have a conversation with. I would feel like, I'll tell you what, I'd feel uncomfortable with a conversation with him because I feel like I would be way outside my realm of expertise. And that's why I would like to talk to him. If you feel uncomfortable, those are the people you want to talk to.
I think you wouldn't be the only one, my friend. So I think if anyone had that opportunity, I think that would be the same sentiment across anyone who would have the opportunity to have that conversation. Ivan, thank you so much for being on Small Talk. Really appreciate it. As I mentioned, folks, please reach out to Ivan. He's got amazing articles and he's got incredible podcast shows he does. And if you certainly are in the local area and you haven't heard of BNI, look him up and perhaps there's an opportunity for you to participate. So again, Ivan, thank you so much for being on Small Talk. Really appreciate it. And we'll look forward to seeing you on part two.
My pleasure. And my blog is ivanmisner.com. And of course, there's bni.com for those people who would like to follow my content.
There you go.
Thanks.
Thank you to Dr. Ivan Misner of BNI for joining me on Small Talk. Now it's your turn. Please comment, subscribe, and share. If you've got a topic you'd like to discuss on the show, please give me a call or send me an email. We'll talk with you next time. To watch previous shows, visit us on YouTube and search for EMpression, a marketing services company. Don't forget to join us on one of the following social media channels.